Hey guys, it's good to see you. Now Marvel Rivals has just released a really good season, and now they've added even more good stuff to it with Elsa Bloodstone. And I've got some good stuff to say, and I've got some bad stuff to say, so I'm just going to start off with the good stuff. And that's going to be Deadpool, okay? Deadpool is one of the best characters we have had in this entire game, because he's fun. Okay, personally, I like Heal Paul. He's my favourite out of the three, because I know I find the healing fun. But, like, Deadpool is just good, okay? He's a relatively complex character. He acts like Deadpool. He sounds like Deadpool. You know, him being able to upgrade himself the more kills you do is a really good thing, because it means that you're even more incentivized to go out there and kill people and not just hide. You know, like, all of his moves are just really fun and really fit with the character. And his team-ups are also good, particularly the one with Jeff. I really like that, of how, like, Jeff gets, like, a little heel swirly thing. But like that's just really fun, and I feel like the decision to make him all three, you know, roles, Vanguard, Duelist, and Strategist, was a really smart move. Like a really smart move on NetEast's part, because it means that everyone's happy. You know, you want to play him as a Vanguard, you can, or any of the two other roles, you can, and that means there's a lot of flexibility with Deadpool. Because let's say you want to play Deadpool, if your team needs a Vanguard, just play another Deadpool. Like, it works really, really well, Deadpool. And I think just as a concept, it could have failed. It could have been really dumb. But the way they handled it, the fact that you can only have one Deadpool on your team is a bit sad, I'm going to be honest. I wish you could have multiple, but there are a lot of reasons why you can't, and I completely understand those reasons. And honestly, I think it's a lot better that you can only have one Deadpool per team, because it means that you have to think a lot more about which Deadpool you pick, adding another bit of strategy to him. And now that I've talked about the good stuff being Deadpool, I'm going to talk about the negatives, and that's going to be Elsa Bloodstone. Because why is she a duelist? Like, why? There's more duelists than Vanguards or Strategists combined, and it's a problem, okay? And I know people have been saying it, but NetEast isn't listening, so I'm going to say it again. It just isn't fair to have so many duelists, and then Vanguards and Strategists gets, like, the leftover pickings. Like, it should be a way more equal amount, you know? It should be at least, like, you know, more equal to what the duelists have, but it isn't, which I think is a huge oversight, because I feel like Elsa Bloodstone could have been a strategist. That's what most people thought she was going to be, but she's just another boring duelist. And I'm going to be frank, I personally think she is a really boring character. I'm going to be honest. I haven't played her in a match before. I played her in practice range, because I find it weird, right, that a assassin who regularly snipes people, that's literally the first thing we've seen her in Marvel Rivals in that teaser. She shoots with her sniper, and yet only one of her attacks uses her rifle. All the others use, like, a shotgun. Like, why? Why not make her why not make her like a healing sniper or something? That could be a really interesting concept to have. But they just picked another boring shotgun character. Like, I feel like there's just so much more that could have been done with Elsa Bloodstone. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, because there were so many possibilities of what they could have done, but I get why they didn't, because, I mean, just look at the way Black Widow is. She is an objectively horrible character, and because snipers are not fun. Okay, I'm going to be honest, snipers are not fun in video games, because it's not fun, right, being one-shot. So that means that snipers are always going to be in a weird position in games like Marvel Rivals, where you don't want them to be too powerful, and you don't want them to be too weak. Which means that, you know, Black Widow, no one plays Black Widow. She's an objectively bad character, because Hawkeye is better. And so Elsa Bloodstone not being that was probably a better move, but I feel like they could have done more than just her using a sniper all the time. And there's also, like, the new map, the Collector map, which I somehow haven't played. I've not gotten a single match of it yet, but it looks really good from what I've seen, you know, with, like, the walls and stuff. It looks really good, and the references are nice from what I've seen. Like, it all looks good. And, man, this game's just really solid, okay? I like Deadpool, he's a good character. Elsa Bloodstone could use some improvement, but she isn't, like, a bad character, I want to clarify. I'm not saying that she's a bad character, but I just feel like they could have done more with her. But you've got to have the boring characters sometimes, so then the really good characters like Deadpool stand out a lot more, you know what I mean? Like, this game is just in a really good spot at the moment, and I mean, in like 30 days or something, Season 7's gonna come out, which I know people are saying, right, that Marvel Rivals should stop doing monthly characters, but that's the reason the game's still popular, man. Like, people say that, oh, we'll stay, but you're the fans, you know? Do people actually think that the general audience who has stayed because there's so many characters all the time are just gonna stay when there's less? No, they won't. They'll leave. They'll get bored. The reason Marvel Rivals is doing so well is because there's constant content. And sure, that probably means that the content itself may be a bit undercooked, but that's kind of what they have to do. They've put themselves in this situation where they have to have constant updates, constant characters, and that is going to mean objectively that the more characters we have, because I know people are saying quantity over quality, but I'm going to be honest, I don't know what they're on about, okay? Because the quality of characters that we've had, particularly recently, you know, with Gambit and Rogue and Deadpool and Elsa Bloodstone, these are good characters. I would say Elsa Bloodstone's a bit undercooked, but these are still good characters. Like, sure, they're rushing them. I would say they're rushing them out, sure, but they're still really good, okay? Because there's no other game on the like Marvel Rivals that's getting updates this consistently, I think. Which I think is honestly amazing. I mean, props to NetEase. They're managing to carry this game on their shoulders. And I mean, if I had to pick between, you know, let's say Black Widow becoming an actual good character and getting a new character, I prefer Black Widow to be changed, but that's not going to happen realistically. Realistically, what they would do is they would do that alongside a new character, you know. But hey, that's pretty much all I've got to say from this video. I should have made this video like a month ago, but I didn't, and I apologise for that. Same as it's nearly been a week since my last video. I don't know how that's happened. I'm just because like it's currently half term in the UK, so I'm just enjoying my free time. So I'm going to try and make a video soon, but I'm not going to promise because I don't want to break a promise, you know what I mean? So yeah, now this is pretty much all I've got to say in this video. But I'm going to make some shout-outs quickly because I might as well, you know, the people who are watching at the end of the video, they might as well get some shout-outs. So first off, shout-outs to Mr. Morgan and Mr. O. They're pretty chill, cool dudes. Burning Blade 20, also known as Aaron, he's cool. Silly Hair Sam, if he ever sees this, because like he's also cool. Hadog, Hey Dog. If he knows who he is, Hey Dog, he knows who he is. So yeah. So anyways, see you next video, guys.